Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Boache, and I'm so glad to come to you with another amazing video on the Mood channel. You see, there are some of you find it very difficult to say no to people, and I can share in that same feeling because I know why you would like to always say yes. I've been there. You see, when I was in my tertiary stage, when I was in the university, there was this situation where some of my friends would ask me to do their assignments for them. And other times it would be like projects. They'll be like, I want you to support me with this particular thing. Now, I realized that I had been doing this continuously where anyone at all who comes to me for help, I would gladly offer assistance. In my mind, I thought it was a good thing. So it got to a stage where I was getting burnt out. I was getting very, there was a lot of burden, tension on me. Yes, and I didn't want to feel them. All that was happening was I wasn't able to say no to them. When they come with their pitiful face and they come with those kind of sad excuses and all that, I couldn't tell them no. Now, fast forward, I realized this had become a habit where anyone at all can bring something to me or ask for um, assistance in a way. Sometimes it will be monetary assistance. Oh, can you give me this amount of money to do this? Can you help me do this? Can you go with me to this place and all that? But I realized I had been accepting every offer at all that comes, or I had been giving in to any request from people. I would hardly say no. Now, someone would say, oh, why? Is this going to affect you in any way? Or did it occur to you that this is going to be something that is negative? You see, as at that time that I was doing that, I didn't see it to be a problem until I got to certain stages where it had become a habit. The habit of always saying yes to people, even to my detriment or even to my disadvantage. Always saying yes to people. I think this is the reason why so many people have lost themselves, be it in relationship, be it in friendships or social interactions. They can't have an individualistic identity that this is what I want, this is what I represent. So I'm not absorbing any influences from outside. Just let's think about that. Isn't it very amazing when someone goes into the public space and he has a lot of friends around him. He doesn't drink alcohol or he's not into certain habits. But once their friends request that, okay, do this, they can't say, no, I'm not going to do it, or they are not going to do it. They will just give in. What causes those things? You see, it's all about validation. But today I want to tell you, sometimes you have to have a little bit of individualistic identity. Like you have to have an identity of your own. And that identity shouldn't be influenced by outside pressures. Because that is how even ambitions work. Ambition is an individual thing. It comes on you. It comes like an inspiration. And once you have the ambition to do something, everything boils down to the fact of you being able to represent yourself and not giving in. So that if someone comes to you and tell you do something else, you're not going to out of pressure or out of the need for validation give in and say, okay, since the person has said it, there's no way I can say no. If you are watching me right now, make sure you master the habit of saying no, even when people are not comfortable. And at times it will get to a stage where sometimes you lose friends or you lose relationships because you didn't say yes to whatever they were trying to put across. Yes, that is the fact. Because once I started giving in to everyone at all or any request from people, I realized, okay, now I wasn't having time for what mattered to me. At the same time, these people that I was very hard on pleasing, giving in my all, they weren't really appreciative because they learned I wouldn't. They learned that I'm that type of person who wouldn't say no. They now started using that as an excuse to always bring their requests. And whenever they brought their request, and this time around, you are like, you are objecting. I'm tired. I can't. They'll be like, oh, only this one. Oh, don't do that. You see, that is the thing that is going on with a lot of people have a problem with saying no. That is why sometimes we find ourselves in businesses or places we don't want to be. Because once you can't object to whatever is coming to you, then anything at all can come to you. It's because when you look at people who are very selective with their either their schedule or their friends and all that, you realize that they tend to filter a lot. And whoever is going to them makes sure that what he or she is going to represent to such a person will be filtered. Everything is on point. But once you are that type of person who can't say no, then now irrelevant gestures will be thrown at you. Very, very like you be in unpleasant situations. That is the whole point. You be in unpleasant situations and you find yourself always being depressed, burnt out, just because you can't say no. You see, sometimes you need clarity. And there's another dimension of saying no that has to do with not even explaining yourself. Don't tell people that I can't do this because you can't do it, full stop. And even if it's a kind of thing that is going to make the person uncomfortable, you are not comfortable with doing it. So just say no and keep your peace. No explanations. Because you all know one explanation. That is what I'm trying to project to you today. Master the act of saying no. Master the art of saying no when you're not comfortable with something or when you are not feeling in tune with something. Say no. And this no that you are able to say is going to save you one day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mood Channel, and my name is Wache. I'm glad you watched this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not a subscribed member. Click on the notification button to get updates on future uploads. And once again, thanks for watching. Till we meet again.